Hey, Dave.
Thanks.
Yeah, good. Just about to go live.
Yeah. Can you make the announcement when don't have
Got all that.
because it's going to be extremely loud.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the Shrine. It's a great day today. We have a great crowd, so I know there's limited viewing spots, so please let's be patient with everyone. So thank you for coming along to this important day, which is the Australia Day Salute 2023, which will be conducted at midday by a 21-gun salute. My name is Colonel Cook, and I'm delighted to be the host and your host for today in my capacity as a Governor for the Shrine of Remembrance. On behalf of the Chairman and the Trustees, I warmly welcome you to the Australia Day Salute 2023. The Shrine of Remembrance is held in case by the Shrine Trustees, in care I should say, on behalf of all Victorians. The Shrine recognises and embraces the diversity of our country and our community and acknowledges the Bungarong people of the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the land upon which we conduct our ceremony today. On behalf of the Shrine, I would like to acknowledge the Elders past, present and emerging, especially if they are with us today and online. Still here, always was, always will be. On your behalf, I would like to thank and acknowledge the members of the 2nd 10th Battery from 9 Regiment, Royal Australian Artillery, who will be firing the salute. The battery operates out of a Sargood barracks in Chapel Street and has the wonderful responsibility to provide the salute for such occasions. You may not be aware that the Shrine of Remembrance was dedicated in 1934 to commemorate the service and sacrifice of more than 400,000 Victorians who have served and continue to serve our great nation. It is fitting, therefore, that the Shrine of Remembrance is the location for today's Australia Day 21-gun salute. There will also be a flyover of the Royal Australian Air Force slightly after midday, and hopefully a number of flyovers. From the earliest days, noise has been used to express joy or to honour, and even today in the crowds and audiences to show their approval by shouting and cheering and applauding in public. If you've ever been to the Australian Open or the MCG, they're good examples of this. In a military context, for such an important day as Australia Day, we collectively make noise expressed by firing the guns. The gun salute appears to have originated in the early 14th century, and there seems to have been 2 reasons for it. The first would be the making of noise to do honour in the greeting of an important guest. The second was to prove that the guns have been emptied. This was considered as a friendly and trusting gesture, as once fired, the guns could not be easily and quickly reloaded. Hence, an honour was bestowed upon the visitor via noise. The guns emptied in respect, thus providing a trusting and friendly gesture to welcome the guest. It was also a sign that they were trusted and considered an ally. The origin of the salute is one thing, but as to why 21 guns were selected, no one really knows. The reason has been lost with time, and the custom was not regulated by formal instructions until the early 19th century. It is interesting to note that all salutes are fired with an odd number and is associated with the belief that odd numbers are lucky. Shakespeare wrote, "They say there is divinity in odd numbers. Hope, good luck lies in odd numbers." In the early days of the salute, the Royal Navy fired even numbers for funerals, while odd numbers were fired for the living. In 1927, a circular was issued by the British Board of Ordnance, issuing a directive that 21 chambers to be fired for royal salutes from St James Park, and 21 guns and 41 chambers from the Tower of London. Please note that a chamber was a small piece of ordnance without a carriage used for firing salutes. Today there will be a 21-gun salute in accordance with customs and traditions where royalty and heads of state receive 21-gun salutes. Please note that the 21 rounds will be fired as a rolling salute, 1 gun at a time, again to signify that all guns are emptied in a friendly gesture and honour and respect. For those that have not experienced a gun salute, they are extremely loud. So please, anyone sitting on the steps, you will be required to wear hearing protection. There are two elements to the to the firing, which can be very upsetting for children, pets, and adults. The two elements are noise and the shock wave. To assist in the noise, members of the battery will be handing out hearing protection, which I suggest adults and teenagers use due to the size of the earplugs. For those wearing ear protection, take each plug out of its wrapper, roll it like a cigar, thus reducing it in size, and place gently into your ear, where it will be expanding and thus providing protection to your eardrum. Slightly open your mouth and you are ready to go. For those not wearing earplugs, and especially babies and little children, please cover both ears with their hands and slightly open your mouth. An alternative is to turn your head 90 degrees to the sound, cover that ear closest to the guns with your hand and slightly open your mouth. I assure you, these precautions are necessary, but if not followed, not dangerous. However, they will be upsetting. In a moment, the guns will be manned by the battery members and commence their drills for the salute. This will be controlled by the Battery Sergeant Major, who today is Sergeant King. And once ready, hand over the gun firing officer, who is Lieutenant Rob Cruiser. He will then order each gun to fire, commencing from the right, with an interval. Thus, a rolling gun salute continues until 21 guns are fired. In a minute, I'll explain what's going on outside, out on the parade ground. All right, the battery is in position. The guns have been loaded. The gun firing officer is taking charge of it, and they're now they're just waiting for 12 o'clock midday precisely. When he makes the orders, each gun number in charge of the gun will acknowledge the fact that they've received the orders. This is a standard drill within the artillery and ensures that everyone is understanding the orders of what's going on. A little bit of history about the guns being used today. They're salute guns, so they're not actual working order guns. They've been reduced in capacity just so they can do salutes. The rounds that we'll be firing are a blank round. You will feel a puff of smoke that come out the barrel. I can assure you they will be loud. Today, with all the cars around, I reckon we'll get 3 or 4 car alarms going off because of the shockwave. It's known as an M2A2, and the gun was saw service in Vietnam. So the salute is finished, and the GPO, the gun firing officer, is now making sure that all the barrels are empty. After that, the gun detachments will demount from the parade. The gun position officer is now happy that the guns are unloaded and are safe, and now handing over to the battery sergeant major. The gun firing officer is wearing an artillery sword, which is slightly different from the normal infantry King George V sword. It's slightly bent because we come from horse artillery. Battery Sergeant Major has now taken over and is now dismounting the troops. As they dismount, can we thank the boys for a wonderful display? That concludes our ceremony today. I would again like to thank all of you for attending and the members of the 210 Battery for their service. Please take the opportunity to visit the Shrine of Remembrance, especially today, as we reflect and understand what it is to be an Australian. Thanks for attending. If you want to hang around, you might see the roulettes. They're about 12:10.